planning you did to get here.
Yeah, and it was a lot of also lack of planning that I did here.
But it's here.
Uh-huh.
Ready?
Yeah.
I'm gonna miss you. What do you want to say? This is it. This is your moment. What are you gonna say?
I don't know.
Well, good luck to you and Penny. I'm gonna fucking miss you like crazy.
I miss you too.
Stay safe out there. Stay in touch. Let me know what's going on.
I'll try.
I know it's just the Bruce Trail, but we're a long way from home.
Yeah.
All right. I'll see you in about a week. If you need anything, let me know.
Mm-hmm.
Next week. Good luck.
Good luck. You too, eh?
You going to stand there?
The real estate signs in the middle of the forest are kind of annoying. Is this how it's done? I'm supposed to hold this camera out in front of me like this? Day one. And I'm about 5 kilometers in. I wasn't ready to pull the camera out before this. My mind is just in turmoil about this. So I had to settle in. And I also already pooped in the bush once. The Bruce Peninsula is quite special in many ways. It really doesn't feel like Ontario. Georgian Bay is very blue, and it's also very fucking cold. The water, that is, not the temperature of the air. So here is the extended version of why I'm doing this. It's something I've wanted to do for maybe 10 years and never really had the motivation to plan it and do it, or the means. Not necessarily financially, but I was always working for companies where I only ever had 2 weeks vacation per year. Yeah, so I'm self-employed. I am, as of next month, starting my 7th year of running my own business. So I think it's gonna stick. It's going to continue to be my career. And what do I do? Well, I am an architectural technologist. Sometimes I call myself a ghetto architect because I am not an architect. I did not go to university and get my Bachelor of Architecture. I wanted to. There's some trouble in my last year or two of high school. I wasn't well and I couldn't get the grades up, my OAC credits, and we don't have OAC in high school anymore. High school only goes to grade 12 now, but I'm an oldie. And so I didn't make the grades to get into university. And instead I went to college and I did a 3-year program in architectural technology, which basically means that I do most everything an architect does, but slightly different. So I work for a handful of architects and I love them all. I am one of their primary people for measuring houses, drawing houses, doing additions and renovations and new homes, cottages, whatever. And I guess my job is making sure no camping. The houses don't fall down and that somebody can build them. So the architects that I work for usually design them by hand, and then I take those and turn them into permit drawings. On top of working for architects, I have a very large selection of my own clients, be that contractors that use me for their clients or my own clients. And everything, all my work is essentially word of mouth. I have a website, but I'm not proud of it. It's kind of a piece of shit. It's just there as a placekeeper, so that at least I'm out there online. But everything is word of mouth. And I'm pretty good at what I do, I think. I hope. So I get a shit ton of referrals. And the more clients that I amass, the more referrals you get. It's that vicious circle, which is not a bad thing, to be in demand and very busy amidst a global pandemic. The pandemic made my work just explode even more than it already was. And my guess is because there's more people that are sitting at home. They're not working in their offices anymore. They're not spending money on vacations. So people want backyard oasis, like pool cabanas and accessory buildings and detached garages. And on top of that, I'm doing a lot of additions to houses for multi-generational families that are living together to reduce costs on living fees, and also a lot of additions and renovations for home offices, for students to work, for the parents that are now possibly permanently working from home. So it has absolutely affected my career. I was already very busy before, but from the moment the pandemic started, I may have had I think I had 2 weeks where I was working normal people hours, which is, 40 hours a week. I had that for 2 weeks. Since maybe April or May of 2020, it is rare that I work less than 80 hours a week. Every week. There's no, well, that's just the average of half the year. That's every single week. And I've only taken 2 days off since Christmas, and it's September the 13th today. So yeah, I work too much. And yeah, this was on my bucket list, this right here. So this is what I'm doing. And to be honest, leaving work was really hard. Last night, when we drove about halfway up here last night just to try and cut down the driving costs. Time. For Ryan, it's a 4-hour drive one way, and to ask him to drive 8 hours in one day just to drop me off, I don't know, that was a lot to ask of him. Not that he wouldn't do it, we were going to, but this is so much better. So we slept in the van last night and in a Walmart, like you do. Hashtag van life. I lost my train of thought. Oh, right. So we were leaving the house last night and I was scrambling with last minute things. I was submitting permits last night and going to Staples and printing stuff off and dropping it off at City Hall and trying to write invoices and emails. It was not cool, on top of like desperately trying to get my shit together to come out here packing. Don't forget anything, don't forget anything, don't forget anything. And we were upstairs and I was in the hallway, and it was just my office computer was on because I was trying to back up my hard drive, and Ryan was there and he looked at me as I'm just standing there staring in my office, and he's like, "It's gonna be okay. you're gonna miss your office, but it's gonna be okay. So what I'm getting at is I am conditioned, brainwashed, some might say, but Ryan doesn't like the word brainwash. She says it's more conditioned to work all the time. That's what I do. I get up in the morning before my eyes are even open, and I'm usually at my desk. And it's not uncommon for me to be still sitting at my desk at 10 or 11 o'clock at night, every day after day, week after week. And walking away from my computer last night was the weirdest thing. When we go on van trips, my computer always comes with me, but I walked away from what some might consider my baby. Like, my life is that office. And I've said to a few people, I don't know how to fully express what that feels like. How do you tell somebody it's too hard for me to get away from work because I'm brainwashed to work all the time? I don't understand it, and I don't expect anybody else to understand it. Okay, I'm gonna keep on walking. We are going to, and I can say we because I got Penny here. We're going to Cypress Lake tonight. It was a last minute booking. Yesterday morning, Ryan got me the very last campsite at Cypress Lake, and it's the only campsite I have for the whole trail because there's no campsites. That's another video. And yeah, and most of that is because we are in the Bruce Peninsula National Park, and they very, very highly do not recommend camping, especially up here. And Cypress Lake is 18 kilometers from the northern terminus where I started, so that's completely fucking doable for a day one. And then I don't have to worry tonight about finding somewhere to camp around here. So off we go. I'm back. There's one more thing that I wanted to mention. I've decided that every day I am going to talk about something else, about me, about my life, and some of them are going to be serious and a lot of them are going to be random and stupid, but that's what's happening. And today is work, because it's still on my head. It's Monday in a 9 to 5 world like I work in is fucking mayhem. And I've already gotten multiple emails and phone calls since I've been walking on the trail. My phone has been going off. And that's from people that know I'm away. So there you go. Today, work. So many emails, so many phone calls. I just want to say I'm really sad. This time of the day I would be probably on coffee number 3. I would have had morning coffee, second morning coffee, and probably afternoon coffee. But I don't want to stop to make coffee. But I miss coffee. One of the largest visible sinkholes on the Bruce Peninsula. Yeah, it's just a big hole in the ground. Is this supposed to be impressive? The hills are alive. Jesus fuck. This is creepy. Like the rock is undulating with fucking ants. Well, I think I'm 3 or 4 kilometers away from Cypress Lake. I just passed the area that I was originally going to camp at. Again, not allowed on the Bruce Trail. Yeah, so my day's coming to an end, and it's been awesome. I haven't really seen too many people. There was a moment where I had some music playing and I was just tooting along and really had no clue. And then all of a sudden some woman just kind of pops up out of nowhere. Anyway, other aspects about work, since this is the day of work, and since it's all I'm thinking about because it's Monday, and yeah, the last number of months of the hours I've been pulling, been experiencing some chronic stress related health issues. I don't really sleep very much. I find it really difficult to have an appetite. I am always stressed out. Always stressed out is all I think about. I can't relax. Sometimes I get physical issues where my ears go wonky. A lot of the times it's my vision goes wonky. Everything looks overexposed and it's just weird. And I know it's a symptom of stress. The biggest thing is sleeping, or the lack thereof. Not only was I not sleeping very much every night, but every dream I had was about work. I was dreaming about things that had never even happened in my job. Dreaming, usually they're bad things. I dreamt once where I was measuring a house and I was getting attacked by spiders. Like, a lot of the times in my dreams I am just measuring houses all night long. That's all I'm doing. And I wake up feeling like I was trying to go to sleep so I could get away from work, and all I did was work while I slept. So that was kind of the turning point for planning this and actually making it happen. Is I'm concerned that my health is going to take a dump as a result of chronic stress if I don't try and fix this shit. And so being away from all my work is, my goal is that I have kind of a blank slate, that's the word I'm looking for, when I return, because I cleaned up so many of my projects. Granted, I know I'm going to be crazy trying to fill in the gaps of the stuff that I ignored for the next month or so, but I'm really going to take a hardcore effort to try not to take on as many projects, in hopes of not finding myself here again where I feel the need to just escape life, because chronic stress is not something to fuck around with. And if I keep doing what I'm doing and living like I'm living the way I have been for the last 7-ish years, then I'm not going to be around forever. So it's time to fix things. I think that's all I'm going to say about work. Other things might pop up. I'm kind of getting sick of the word work in general. The W word. Making me feel kind of gross. Snug as a bug. Somebody's a little wasted. Sleepy? Sleepy much? Thanks, Mom. Her little mitten sleeping bag is, sorry, pretty darn cute. Anyway, I'm in my tent and I'm pretty wiped out. It ended up being about, you can see my breath, at 25, it's over 25 kilometers today, which is kind of a lot when I'm coming off of pretty much nothing. I haven't been able to do any exercise or training over the last couple of weeks just because I was so consumed with work trying to get ready for this. Not sure what's on the agenda for tomorrow, but hopefully I'll be feeling better tomorrow. I'm not feeling bad, I'm wiped, I'm cold, and I'm not at all hungry. I had a banana today, a bar, and a couple mouthfuls of peanut butter. Oh, and some corn chips, because the tree broke my corn chip bag open, and then I'm pretty sure I was spilling them all along the trail. Whoops. Anyway, hate campgrounds. They're noisy and obnoxious, but I feel so much more comfortable being here tonight than in some stealth spot. Okay. See you tomorrow.